All right, what's going on, guys? So this is going to be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Ara History Untold, and we're going to be telling the story of the Taku Empire, which is my sort of headcanon faction that I've made. We'll be using the Inca as the base civilization for it. Let's just get this configured here. Technical delay, one moment. There we go, get this screen all figured out. I don't like that delay there. Let's just move that real quick. All right, that'll be even enough. So we have our game just getting started, and then we'll also have the GPT Oracle, which will make decisions as we go along. So this will tell the story of the Taku Empire made up of 4 distinct factions. Excuse me. The Taku, who are the ethnic majority of the faction. Then we also have the Deix, who are an ethnic minority within the faction. They are mainly focused on wealth and hierarchy within their culture. Then we also have the Kaag, who are a seafaring faction of peoples, and they're generally pretty hardy and generally make up the warrior class of the faction. Then we also have the Po, who are formerly an enslaved people who, right as the empire began, rid themselves of their chains and now are an ethnic minority within the group, but they always sort of have that past. And then we also have... Oh no, that covers them all. Great. So let's go ahead and get our game set up, and then we'll have the Oracle start making decisions for us. But I'm also going to make sure that I have a halfway decent start. So give me one moment, and we will begin.
Ashoka, warrior emperor and promoter of Buddhism. Pachacuti, creator and first emperor of the Incan Empire.
All right, let's see how this goes. This will be a fun test of GPT's capabilities to interact with a strategy game. I'm going to try my best to make up for any too rough decisions that the machine makes, because I didn't give the machine any knowledge of, Ara strategy or anything like that. So I'm just going to have to make do with whatever decisions the machine makes. For instance, it's going to decide our first technological research. So, let's see how this goes.
Rise of the Sun. Pachacuti.
All right. I'm not seeing any coastline, so that's not great, but it's not the worst. So we'll begin our journey. Hey, Mob Cola, welcome to the chat. Good to talk with you. Welcome, welcome. Sit back and watch as this plays out. So we'll start our scout with Auto Explorer. We'll name our first city. Since we're doing headcanon of the Taku Empire, we'll make their capital Takunaya. And for our first settlement buildings, we'll get a farm going. We'll do it on whatever our biggest swath of land is. So it's going to be this one. It's going to be our farm. Have dwellings here. And a workshop here. And then we'll also put a scout in the queue, because we're definitely going to need a second one. Want to try and have some good scouts right off the bat. Go. Hit next turn. And now we have our first technology. So we're going to ask the GPT to decide for us between these. So I did a test earlier, so we already have the response we need. So, Taku Empire began its journey, so this would be in the fertile fields, because it's not on a shore. This was just a test from earlier. But it is by the river Deix, which we can see right here. All right, so it looks like pottery is going to be our first one. So I'll go ahead and share this. So the GPT Oracle, we see that the Taku Empire's journey began with the discovery of pottery, a cornerstone technology shaped by the fertile lands of the Ak and the life-giving river Deix. Deix people, who first settled the riverbanks, observed how the day-rich soil along the river could be molded and hardened by fire. Initially, they used it to craft simple vessels for carrying water and storing food. The need for pottery arose as the Taku began to harness the river's abundance, grains, fish, and fresh water, necessitating durable containers for preservation and transport. It was the Deix, with their focus on structure and utility, who refined this practice into an art, crafting intricate pots and storage jars. Over time, pottery became a unifying force, enabling the Taku to store surplus food, establish trade, and expand their settlements, laying the foundation for their eventual rise as a cohesive empire. Right, and we will select pottery. So that's our way forward now. Hey, I've been good, Mob Cola. Thanks for asking. Appreciate you. How you been, man? It's a bit chilly in these parts, but makes streaming easy. I'm not tempted to go outside, but I'll definitely be overdue once the summer hits. I'll need to get back out there, get back to slacklining and whatnot. Alright, and the Taku Scout begins his journey across the land as we try to get some of our buildings built here. Looks like we're discovering some caches right off the bat. That's a great sign. But we are going to want to get crafting started. So we'll go to our National Economy tab and make sure that the Great Hearth is producing things. Yeah, sort of. So every once in a while, I'll use ChatGPT as an oracle to sort of like halfway guide the run in some ways, because it'll make some technological decisions for the Taku Empire, but I'll try my best to guide it in a strategically good direction. It's tough because a lot of it's going to be GPT sort of settling on the RP for this empire. Meanwhile, I have to just try and make it work as best I can. So once we start meeting other nations, we'll see how it goes. Ara has enough that I can have it make some decisions. I feel like with Civ, I'm a little too much of a control freak when it comes to that strategy game, so I don't think I would do this in Civilization, but I'll definitely try in Ara. Alright, so that's one technology down. Let's bring the Oracle back! Okay, so of these which we still have left, and we'll remove pottery. So of archery, rope making, grain storage, herbalism, fermenting, and animal husbandry, which you can see are the technologies we have left. What did the Empire discover next? Tell us, Oracle. Following their mastery of pottery, the Taku Empire discovered grain storage, an innovation driven by the fertile abundance of the Ak fields and the need to sustain their growing settlements. With pottery enabling effective containment, the Taku learned to preserve their harvests from pests and spoilage. Clay-lined pits and granaries became vital infrastructure, ensuring food security through the lean seasons. This breakthrough not only stabilized their communities, but also spurred social organization. Surplus grains allowed for the Taku to support larger populations, freeing individuals to focus on crafts, trade, and governance. The Deix, as stewards of these granaries, cemented their influence, while the Po began to see opportunities for greater participation in this flourishing society. As a reminder, the Po were formerly enslaved tribal peoples that are now a full-fledged member of the Empire. Thus, grain storage became the cornerstone of the Taku's prosperity and a key step toward empire building. So, grain storage will be next. I don't usually like to research grain storage this early. I kind of like to wait on it because I can't really do much with it just yet. So, less than ideal, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm curious about it. I'm usually a control freak in strategy games, so this is me kind of letting go a little bit and letting the GPT make some decisions. So we'll see how I feel about that after a minute. But for now, we're gonna see it out. But yeah, sort of like a randomizer, like an 8 ball that can give me whole paragraphs if I need. So the first region. In the beginning, especially, I'm going to make my region choices my own. But I'll defer to the GPT at a later point. Because I want to make sure I start off with some decent resources. What do we got over here? This obsidian. So obsidian's pretty good, but I don't have stone pits yet. So I'm going to go with discovering Chanka as our first region. That way I can get out. Ooh, actually. No, we're going to do Yanawara. So I can get that wheat. Want to make sure I have access to some of the special resources ASAP. Alright, our scout is... okay, still doing good. He's grabbing some caches, which is great. We need those resources. Alright, so here comes the next one. We have now discovered grain storage. And we want to do 3 more technologies in this tree before we move on to the next era. So what is GPT Oracle going to tell us this time? Okay, so we'll just copy this one because we still have the same technological things going on, but we'll remove grain storage. All right, we'll let that generate real quick, and I'll read it out. There we go. After securing their food supply with grain storage, the Taku Empire's next significant discovery was rope making. Living along the river Deix, the Taku recognized the strength and versatility of the reeds and fibers growing near the water. Initially, these materials were twisted into simple cords for binding tools and securing stored goods, but over time, the craft of rope making became more sophisticated. This innovation transformed their society. Ropes enabled the construction of fishing nets, improving access to the river's bounty, and facilitated the building of more stable shelters and storage facilities. For the Kaag, the seafaring minority, ropes were a boon for creating better sails and rigging, enhancing their exploration and trade capabilities. Rope making became a bridge between the Taku's agricultural prosperity and their growing mastery of engineering and craftsmanship, tying their people, literally and figuratively, closer together. Good stuff, Oracle. Oh yeah, I play Civ all the time. Sometimes, excuse me. Sometimes on my stream, I'll cover like tips and stuff like that that help me get to victory. I do not lose Empire or Mortal games anymore. Deity, I still lose every once in a while, but I can win it most of the time. But I've now officially achieved the ability to win every Empire or almost every Immortal game. But almost every Mortal game, definitely every Empire game that I play on those difficulties. But big fan of Civ. I'm very excited for Civ 7. When that drops, that'll be a regularly streamed game for at least a month or two. Oh yeah, heavy, bro. On the heavies. Great Civ streamer check out is Potato McWhiskey as well. If you ever want like Civ focused streamers to take a look at, I definitely recommend his content. He knows what he's doing. There we go. We got an idle crafter here, so let's start building those. Whoa, whoop, wrong button. Thanks. And for amenities, we do have Feast, so we'll go ahead and use that. Keep our growth pumping. Move on to the next turn. Alright, we got our new scout who's about to show up.
A boy no older than 16 enters your court, springing with excitement. He explains that he and his friends were climbing trees and while sitting atop a giant oak, he spotted a raised and unnaturally round hill and smoke, as though from a campfire rising in the distance. He requests support to safely investigate.
Yeah, we'll send a scout. There we go. Say less. Also, when is Civ 7 supposed to come out? I think in February, if I remember correctly. It might be a little later than that, though. Don't quote me on that. I want to say February because I'm optimistic, but my guess is it'll probably be a little closer to May, just knowing game release schedules as they typically go. But frankly, they can take as much time as they need with it. My worry is it'll be a trickle-out release, kind of like Civ 6 was, where there will be a ton of civilizations added as DLC that just slowly come out. And don't get me wrong, like, I think there's a debate to be had on whether or not those should be part of the base game, whether or not it's DLC. To be frank, I kind of don't care when the new civs are DLC. I'm okay with that. I think my bigger issue is how many base civs are there going to be, and then for each DLC, how many more civs are you going to add? Because if I'm paying $30 for a DLC package that I waited months to finally come out with, the next one coming out months later, and there's only like 3 or 4 civs added, I'm going to be a bit disappointed. And I felt like with Civ 6, they just weren't releasing enough of those civs in a high enough succession. So I'd like to see just more civs added per DLC. So more bang for my buck. Which, who doesn't want that? But not exactly a hot take, but definitely what I would want to see. All right. Rope making is done. Let's go back to our Oracle. We got 2 more technologies left. So, returning to our Oracle. So now we've discovered rope making. So we'll remove that. All right, wants us to do animal husbandry. So we'll let this response finish, and then we'll read that bad boy out. The Taku Empire's next discovery was animal husbandry, a natural progression for a people seeking to sustain and expand their settlements. The fertile fields of the Auk and the stability provided by grain storage offered the ideal conditions for domesticating animals. Initially, the Taku began with smaller creatures such as fowl and goats, prized for their eggs, milk, and meat, but soon expanded to include larger beasts like oxen for labor and transportation. The advancement had profound effects. Domesticated animals increased agricultural efficiency, with oxen plowing fields and providing manure to enrich the soil. The Kaag used livestock to provision long voyages, while the Deix saw opportunities to control breeding and herding operations, furthering their hierarchical dominance. Animal husbandry, not only diversified the Taku's diet, but also solidified their capacity for sustained growth and resilience, laying a robust foundation for their empire's enduring strength. Hey, what's up, dat boy? And yeah, Mob Cola for sure. Like 3 or 4 for $30. It's super on brand. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with a lot of AAA games, especially in the strategy space, they're like, let's milk this cow for all it's worth. And I get that, I do. But I just think there's so much potential, especially with the reputation that Sid Meier's Civilization has, to just, you could do more and people would still pay for it. Like, why don't you, prove to your fan base that's so loyal, hey, you're right for believing in us because we're going to provide all this for you. So I'd like to see that. And yeah, Dat Boy, I definitely want to cop Age of Mythology for sure. I've been looking at it for a while. I think it might be on Games Pass. So I might have to try that one out. I used to play it all the time when I was younger, and that shit was hot. So definitely looking at that. All right, we got our first Paragon. So let's go to the Oracle. So we have 3 Paragons here. I'll show you those first. We have our Artist, Thutmose, and then our Pioneer, Jufu, and our Engineer, Thog. So who gets picked? Tell me, Oracle, who came first? Thutmose the artist. Jufu the pioneer. And Thog the engineer. All right, what does the Oracle tell us? Let that generate real quick. My water. There we go. All right, it's generated. The first paragon of the Taku Empire was Thutmose the artist, hailing from the Taku, the largest ethnic group. As the heart of the empire's cultural identity, it was fitting that the first paragon emerged from the Taku, reflecting their deep connection to expression and legacy. Thutmose's works, paintings, carvings, and monumental designs united the disparate factions of the empire, portraying shared triumphs and aspirations. His artistry immortalized the early struggles and glories of the Taku people, inspiring unity and a shared sense of destiny that laid the cultural foundation for the empire's rise. All right, so we're going Thutmose. Guess that's what we got to do, guys. The Oracle said so. Yeah, Datboy, I don't blame you. It's fantastic. I'm curious to see how different or like how similar or dissimilar it is to the first one. So that's definitely something I'm gonna have to pick up one of these days. So what do we want him to do? Build production towards cultural triumphs in all cities, +10 craft production in the capital, or +10 build production towards culture improvements. We could also have him do masterpieces. I think that's probably what I'll do, since he can do so many as an artist. So we'll have him create a masterpiece in the Great Hearth.
Your advisors approach you in confusion. A local tribe has provided two stories of their origin, but your scholars
question the veracity of both.
The first founding myth tells of a great prince born.
Yep, exactly. It's true.
The second tells of a foreigner who came to save the land. What should they record?
Yeah, Datboy, I'll definitely have to try that out. As far as like magic deck choices go, I'm definitely one who favors artifacts. That seems to be my my go-to. It's just the strategy that I've relied on the most, honestly. So I feel like that's why I gotta go with that horse. I'm like, all right, this one works. We'll stick with that. And yeah, the Oracle does make the decisions, Bob Cola. That's true. The Oracle say, Oracle do. Let's see. Which one do I like more? The Beastborn Prince Myth or the Foreign Prince Myth? We'll do timber, just because I can stand to lose that timber. I do not want to lose any materials. I'm going to need those for road building here pretty soon. Speaking of, we can build our first settler. There we go, and let's go ahead and queue up a farm there, because we're going to need it. Let's queue up another dwelling, and we'll do a logging camp up here. There we go. Okay, we've got a specialist available. Get scouting. Get to work. First Nation rankings are available. I don't care about the first ones. Those really won't matter just yet. Oh, I love that. Gotta keep the retro borders, bro. I love anything that looks, you know... If you do it for the aesthetic, I'm like, hey, that's totally fair. There's a lot of things that I'll just give over as like, no, just aesthetically is pleasing, so it was worth it. Alright, our city tier is improved. Let's go ahead and add another amenity. Nothing else I want to build here just yet. So we'll keep waiting on everything else to finish up. Alright, animal husbandry is discovered. We can do one more technology from this tree, so what is the final one before they move on to the next age? As always, let's turn to the Oracle. So, copy this one, paste it down here, and remove animal husbandry. Ah! Stupid thing. There we go. Defeated by bronze working. All right, let's wait on that response. Take a drink of water here. All right. Before advancing to into the era of bronze working, the Taku Empire next discovered herbalism. Living amidst the fertile fields and temperate shores of the Ok, the Taku became attuned to the healing and nourishing properties of their environment. The Po, deeply spiritual and intimately connected to the land, were instrumental in this discovery, using their knowledge of plants to alleviate illnesses and enhance vitality. Herbalism became a critical tool for the Empire's growth, improving health and reducing mortality in burgeoning settlements. It also fostered collaboration across ethnic lines, as the Kaag brought back rare plants from distant shores to the Deix supported institutionalization within their hierarchies. This mastery of nature's remedies prepared the Taku for the challenges of their next great leap into the Age of Bronze. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any pack opening streams. Let's not get carried away here. I don't know about all that. Is Game Heroes a local game store? Oh, you mean TCG Card Shop Simulator? Kind of waiting on more content to be released. There's a couple things that I want them to add in first before I go back. Game is great. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun game, but it just needs a little bit more. I just need to see a little more content, because eventually it reaches a point where I'm like, okay, it's a slot machine simulator. Alright, we got our first settlers. We'll also be going to the Oracle to narrate this for us as well. Alright. Where do I want to put him? I'm not letting the Oracle decide where I settle. Absolutely not. I'll let it decide the character and the faction that settles it, but it's definitely not going to be deciding where I settle. Those are choices I'm going to need to make myself for safety reasons. Let's see. I think along this lake is going to be a good one. So we're going to do that. There we go. Alright. And we don't have to ask this time because we're advancing to the Bronze Era. There we go. Nice. Alright, got a good spot to settle. So now that we're settling our new city, we're going to have to go right to... Yeah, I wanted to get this lake. I know the desert would have been fun, but I'm going to get the Kana tribe anyway. So I'm going to get their... I won't get their settlement, but I'll get all their population. And then I'll just go down there and I'll settle it in a bit. That'll be my next city. But for now, I wanted to make sure I got this lake so I can grab the shellfish resources as well as the coastal fishery resources. And then once I have some soldiers, I'll start clearing out these predators as well. Get myself some extra resources. But let's see what the Oracle has to say about this city discovery. Oh! Settlement. Spelled abundant wrong. Doi. There we go. Alright. Wait and see what the Oracle tells us. Sorry, Dap Boy, ignore the warnings. My Streamlab filters need to be edited. So you can ignore those. It's not going to do anything to you. It just sends those warnings. I need to go in and edit those. I just haven't done it yet. Right. The second city of the Taku Empire, established on the bountiful shores of Lake Choctaw, was settled by the Kaag, the seafaring and hardy ethnic minority. Drawn to the lake's rich aquatic resources, the Kaag found it an ideal location to apply their expertise in fishing and watercraft. Their adaptability and connection to the water made them natural pioneers for this settlement. The city, known for its thriving fisheries and vibrant trade networks, became a hub of sustenance and economic activity. The Kaag's presence on Lake Choctaw not only expanded the Empire's resource base, but also strengthened its cultural and economic diversity, cementing their integral role in the burgeoning Taku civilization. All right. So, we have our first city coming. It's a Kaag city, so I'm going to have to give it a Kaag name. And let's go ahead and grab these sheep real quick, because those look great. What I really need are dwellings, so I'm not going to build anything else yet in the queue. But that does... Oh, no, it does not yet. Let's go ahead and put another settler in the queue, because I want to max out our city count, which you can see on the bottom. So I can afford one more city before I reach the cap. So let's make sure we get that city out ASAP. Build those.
Founders of your nation's newest city look to you for advice. They hope to build into the city's foundation a guiding principle, one that will chart its destiny. In this case, literally. Masons
Stand by awaiting your direction.
What word should be carved into the cornerstone of the gathering hall?
I don't know. What word should be carved into the cornerstone? Oracle, tell us. What does it stand for? Tell us! Stands for honor, reflecting the Kaag's deeply ingrained values of resilience and respect for the waters that sustain them. Honor is woven into the fabric of the settlement, symbolizing the Kaag's commitment to upholding their traditions while contributing to the prosperity of the Taku Empire. Kaag Cheik became a beacon of communal pride, with its thriving fisheries and craftsmanship honoring the lake's gifts and the Kaag's storied maritime heritage. The city's name and identity resonate as a testament to the Kaag's dedication to their people and the empire they helped build. Excellent. Well, good for them. I honestly probably would have chosen that. The extra city happiness is a solid choice. So for once, the RP is working in my favor a little bit here. All right, let's get back to it.
An invitation arrives at the capital. It seems the son of the tribe's chieftain is
Ooh.
getting married, and everyone
Mazel
from
tov.
nearby lands are invited to the celebration. Along with the desire for your presence to participate in the
Revelry, there is a
there
humble
is a
request.
in deference of your wealth and resources to contribute to the festivities.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, we'll do food, because I have plenty of food. So I'll attend with a gift of food and drink. So I'm really cozying up to the Kana tribe here, so I'm looking forward to almost certainly absorbing them into my empire, absorbing that population. And to keep things simple for the Oracle, every population that I absorb is going to get absorbed itself into one of the four factions between the Deix, the Kaag, the Taku, and the Po. Yep. So the Kana joined us. So let's see what the Oracle has to say about the Kana joining us. The Kana were absorbed into the Po, the religious minority sect of the Taku Empire, sharing a deeply spiritual worldview. The Kana's integration strengthened the Po's role within the Empire as keepers of the faith and stewards of moral guidance. The Kana brought unique rituals and philosophies that enriched the Poe's religious practices, fostering the synthesis of traditions that resonated across the empire. The Union elevated the Poe's influence, as the Kana's devotion and distinct cultural identity reinforced the spiritual backbone of the Taku Empire. Together, they solidified their place as a unifying force, emphasizing the Empire's commitment to diversity and shared purpose. Sick. Oh, yeah, thank you for the reminder, Mob. Yeah, I'll add you. So sorry about that. I totally spaced on that. My bad. Ooh. We in a golden age, baby! And city tier increased. Let's throw some amenities on there to improve everything. Can I build dwellings yet? I can't. That's very annoying. Okay. No amenities to add here, but that's alright. Any new regions? No new regions. So we'll keep working at it. But I am going to add some soldiers to the queue here. So actually, let's do that over here, because they're going to have the capacity to build soldiers much faster. So we'll get some spearmen, and we can start clearing out some of the predators that are in my general neighborhood here. They gotta go. Okay, so I can't do roads yet, so I have to wait until I get the technology for it. Yeah, I'll add you after the stream today. Thank you for the reminder. Sorry, I fucking spaced on it. Alright. So what's the next region? Definitely want to go into a region that's going to get me more resources. So it's probably going to be one of these. Wool is good. Grapes can be really good. But I really need wood. I really need lumber. So I think I'm going to have to take this one, which I wasn't super stoked on doing. Actually, I'll take this one, because it has more regions. So we'll take over Nazca. Oh, cool. Forgot I can get the farms on the horses over there. And then I'll start building lumber camps in this region so I can start getting some lumber getting fed to me. Right now I'm not bringing a whole lot of lumber home. It's a pain in the butt. Okay. That region is claimed. Keep moving turns. Nice. City tier increase. And we get a new region. This would be a great region in the desert, but I do want to get some of these sea resources right off the bat. So we'll take this so I can get the fish and the shellfish. But that's not going to be much good until we start getting some more wood in, so it's going to be a little bit here. In fact, let's go ahead and get started on some of these logging camps. One logging camp. 2 logging camp. And that should be enough to start getting us the wood we actually need for this.
Congratulations.
All right.
You are the first nation to reach the Bronze Age.
Cool. Nice. I'm glad I was first. Okay. So now we got to get all of these into our oracle. Was chariots, what's sails, weaving, masonry, the wheel, leatherworking, and sacred rites. Alright, let's see what the Oracle has us do. I hope it picks a good one. I'm going to be pissed off if it picks one that's totally redundant. The next discovery of the Taku Empire was the wheel. Yes! It's a perfect one. Oh, I'm so glad it picked that. a transformative innovation that marked a turning point in their development. Born of necessity as the Empire expanded its agricultural and trade networks, the wheel revolutionized transportation and labor efficiency. The Deix, with their focus on hierarchy and infrastructure, championed its adoption, recognizing its potential to consolidate their influence and streamline resource distribution. The wheel enabled the Taku to build robust carts for moving grain, pottery, and goods between settlements, including the burgeoning city of Kaag. It also facilitated construction projects supporting the Empire's growing architectural ambitions. This breakthrough not only strengthened internal cohesion, but also laid the groundwork for future advancements in engineering and mobility. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I'm glad it gave me the wheel. That's I'll finally be able to build roads, which you kind of want to have ASAP. So I got pretty lucky there. I was a bit worried, I'll admit. Let's see. Do I want shellfish first? Yeah. Definitely want that first. What do I get with them again? Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Good start. We got reserves added. Let's go ahead and deploy them so we can start going after some of these fucking guys.
Decorated package with an attached scroll from a tribal leader sits on your desk. It reads,
I have a desk?
Your people are welcome to attend our tribe's harvest festival. If you choose to attend, please distribute the information in this scroll that explains our rules and customs for celebration.
Technological hit would actually be the easiest. So I'll accept, but I'm not going to read the book. We won't be doing that. But I'll accept just because I can take a hit on losing technology production. What I can't do is take a hit on any of my other resources. I just don't have enough. But since I'm so far ahead in technology right now, I was the first to reach the Bronze Age from among the other players, then I can afford to slow it down just a wee bit in this one moment. Perfect.
A red-headed young man from the Garmir clan is looking to open a new business. He's a capable herbalist, but his family's background is in metallurgy. Meanwhile, his hobby is creating reed pipes to sell to traders. He makes a promising case for each venture and requests national funding for one of his enterprises.
All right, so we'll do this one for the Oracle as well. I think this is a good use case for it. Let's go ahead and bring that bad boy up. Metallurgy. Spelled it wrong. Of course I did. Taku Empire chose to fund advancements in metallurgy, seeing it as the key to unlocking their future dominance. With bronze working on the horizon, the Empire's leaders recognized the transformative potential of metal tools, weapons, and ornaments. The Deix spearheaded this investment, envisioning metallurgy as both a practical technology and a symbol of their hierarchical sophistication. This funding accelerated the refinement of bronze smelting and forging techniques, allowing the Taku to craft stronger tools for agriculture and superior weaponry for defense and expansion. Metallurgy not only empowered their economy, but also solidified their standing as a formidable force, setting the stage for the Empire's ascension to greater heights. So we're going to fund metallurgy with that decision, and I'm also going to make metallurgy the next technology that we research, because I think that'll track as far as the story goes for the Taku Empire. Okay, so that's done. Ooh, we got some idle forces. No worries. So let's go ahead and put these guys to work right away. So I want to start getting rid of some predators. We'll pick off the easy ones first. We got the hyenas that are just level 1s. Yep, same thing with the wolves. So we'll clear this area. And then once the wheel is done, we're also going to build our first road. Okay. Alright, so I know I was going to expand into the desert, dat boy, but I think I got to expand in this direction because I really want the cotton resources here, as well as, I think this is bamboo. Oh, sugar. Perfect, yeah. So we definitely I just have to expand in this direction. I got to get access to all these resources. This is going to be extremely abundant. Okay, settler is moving. Let's keep going. Nope, Paragon is available. So, as always, we're going to turn back to our Oracle. So, and, oh man, this is a hard one to spell. I'm already bad at spelling. Okay, so from among Zoroaster the prophet, Enhudwana the musician, and Sun Tzu the strategist, who was the next paragon to rise in the empire, and from which ethnic group did they come from? Tell me, Oracle. Tell me. Show me the way, Oracle. The next paragon to rise in the Taku Empire was Enhudwana the musician, hailing from the Po, the deeply spiritual and artistic religious minority. Enhudwana's melodies and hymns transcended the boundaries of ethnicity and faction, weaving a sense of unity and shared purpose throughout the empire. Her compositions drew upon the Po's rich spiritual traditions, blending them with the evolving cultural fabric of the Taku. Through her music, she not only celebrated the divine, but also preserved the empire's oral history, inspiring generations to honor their shared heritage. Enhudwana's legacy solidified the Po's role as a vital cultural and spiritual pillar within the Taku Empire. A little bit of a glow up for the Po, not gonna lie. Little bit of a glow up. Alright, so we gotta go with that. I will say this is one of those moments where the AI is kind of screwing me. I would not have chosen another artist, but gotta do what the Oracle says. I do as the crystal guides. Let's see what she does, though. Where can I put her?
Enhedwana, Sumerian priestess of the moon
Okay.
god and composer of temple hymns.
Happiness. Masterpiece creation. I guess we'll put her as chief advisor. Because getting that happiness and prosperity bonus. That's pretty nice. Okay. So these guys are done with those predators. Well done. Go get those hyenas. Get to work. Alright, these guys can settle. Ooh, I don't want to take either of these resources with a Great Hall. So I'm going to have to settle over here so I avoid taking any of those away. Get over there. Right, we got an idle crafter. Yep, let's get them working. We also have an idle city here. Let's get another fishing net. And then we're also going to build another farm up here. Or, God, I'd really like to build a dwelling, but I still don't have enough wood. Really struggling on the wood. This city is idle. Doesn't really have a whole lot it can build. Yeah, the logging camp would be pointless because there's no wood here at all. So let's build a horseman. And this is going to be the Hanuk, the bread basket, an economic center of the Taku Empire. So let's see what they have to say about that. Back to our Oracle. There we go. So this would be, I think, east. Alright, so the Deix are in control of the Hunuk. Excuse me. The Deix dominated the founding of Hunuk, the flatland paradise beside Lake Ascami. Drawn to its fertile plains and strategic location, the Deix saw Hunuk as an opportunity to extend their influence over the empire's agricultural and trade networks. The lake's abundant resources, abundant resources complemented their structured approach to governance and wealth accumulation. Hunuk became a center of prosperity, with its well-organized fields and marketplaces reflecting the Deix's preference for hierarchy and order. The settlement's success solidified the Deix's reputation as shrewd administrators and reinforced their importance in the Taku Empire's expanding territory. Good for the Deix, man. They're fucking on a huge come-up right now. Okay. And we're building horsemen there, so we'll have to wait until we can build some more stuff. Let's keep this guy going against the predators. So is there anyone else they can take pretty easy? Yeah, these wolves can go for sure. Sorry, I'll be to answer a text real quick.
Across the known world.
Yeah, that's fine. Can't really do any of these triumphs yet either. I just don't have the technologies that I actually need to make it work. Very obnoxious. Keep going with that. All right, new event.
Receive a concerning message from the healer of a nearby tribe.
Ooh.
There is a malaise spreading among their people, and it appears to be
Uh-oh.
accelerating with more and more of their people falling to illness.
That's not good.
They ask you for your aid and support in this time of need.
Yeah, say less. I got you. Really want to get them on my side. Sick! Alright, the wheel is invented. So before we go to our oracle, I just want to set up some roads real quick. Okay, we'll build that one, and we'll build that one. There we go. Can I build to here? There's no need. I got enough. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our oracle and have it choose our next research. So I think we have these written up here. There we go. And we can remove the wheel because we just got it. We're going to put it on the board. The Taku Empire's next significant discovery was trading. As the empire expanded and new cities like Hunuk and Kaag flourished, the exchange of goods became essential for uniting its diverse factions and fostering economic prosperity. The Kaag, with their seafaring expertise, played a pivotal role in establishing trade routes across rivers and lakes, connecting the Taku heartland to distant communities. This advancement spurred the development of markets and markets and a merchant class. Jesus, sorry guys. Allowing surplus goods such as grain, pottery, and fish to flow between settlements. Trading not only enriched the empire materially, but also culturally, as the interaction of ideas and practices between factions strengthened the Taku's cohesion and influence across the region. Good for them. Good for them. And also good for me, because I definitely want trading as one of my technologies that I get early. City tier is increased. Let's replace this because we're out. So perfume there. Let's make sure we have amenities covered in the rest of our cities. We'll put wine there and probably tunics in the next one. Yeah, tunics there. Let's see. Am I able to build anything new? Great. So in this area, could build a farm. That's not a terrible idea, but I think I might want to go a different route with it. So I'm going to do dwelling. And I have the space. If I can, I'll do another farm. I can't. I still don't have enough wood. Really struggling on the wood. Okay, we got a tribe that joined us. And naturally, what happened when the tribe joined us? So the last one was absorbed into the Po. Tell us, O Oracle. The new Amhara tribe was absorbed into the Taku, the largest ethnic group and cultural backbone of the empire. Their traditions and practices aligned closely with the Taku's emphasis on agricultural prosperity and communal growth, making their integration seamless and mutually beneficial. The new Amhara brought advanced farming techniques and a deep respect for the land, which enriched the Taku's agrarian foundation. In turn, they found stability and protection within the empire, their identity blending into the Taku while contributing to the cultural economic strength of the growing civilization. Pretty neat. And we got idle units. Oh, it's still our spearman. Okay, we can keep him working on getting rid of these predators. Clearing out of the level 1 ones right now, and then I'll heal him and have him go after some of the stronger guys here pretty soon. We got a city tier increase here. Excellent. There we go. We got feast added. And I think we can add something here, so I'm probably going to add a farm. Because I really just need those resources, if I'm being honest. And we got an idle city, so I gotta get this going in some fashion. What am I gonna have them do here? I got my logging camps up, so that's good. I'm gonna start actually earning the wood that I need. I think here I should have another creator, so we'll do ceramic shop there. There we go, got rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one too. I'm getting a lot of furs this way too, which is great. First masterpiece. Egyptian Book of the Dead. Yay! Alright, getting a masterpiece early is always a blessing. Because I want to keep my prestige up as high as I can to keep me going into the next age. Because you'll get cold if your prestige is too low, and then you won't advance. Basically making you lose the game right away. It's pretty rough. Pretty unforgiving. Can't build any more cities now, so I won't bother building a settler. But I should have more soldiers. No, maybe we'll do a dwelling. Ooh, actually, we'll do an apothecary. Because I'm definitely going to need that. Here we go. We'll get our ceramic shop going to work. We meet our first nation.
An unknown society extends its hand.
Okay. So we're going to go to the Oracle for this one to determine how the Taku Empire reacts to its first meeting with another nation. Alright, how did the Taku react to this? The Taku Empire reacted neutrally upon meeting Belgium, their first separate nation. While cautious, the Taku viewed this encounter as an opportunity to observe and understand rather than provoke or ingratiate. Guided by the pragmatic influence of the Deix and diplomatic sensibilities of the Kaag, they approached the Belgians with measured curiosity, maintaining a reserved yet respectful demeanor. This neutrality allowed the Taku to assess Belgium's strengths and weaknesses, ensuring they could position themselves wisely in any future interactions. It marked a pivotal moment in their history, as the Empire began to navigate the complexities of diplomacy with external powers. Which means we're not doing anything. We're just going to let them exist. Okay. A couple level 1s up there, so we can clear those guys out. Sick. Alright, so we got another claim generated, and I definitely want to take some of these resources out here. The deer would be good, and I do want to expand in this direction, so I'll have to take this one, which is tough. It's not exactly the region that I super want to take, but I need to be able to reach out into this area to get all these other resources, especially, what is that, saffron flowers? Yeah. And cotton, I believe this is limestone? Yeah, I need all that stuff, so whether I like it or not, gotta break some eggs to make omelets. Oh, you keep going. Yep, get me all that stuff. Okay, the horsemen will leave in reserves. I just like to have... Okay, here we go. We got another nation we've met.
You've made first contact with a mysterious people.
So how did they react? Oh, sorry guys. Make the oracle visible. And this is Ethiopia. The Taku Empire reacted by offering gifts upon meeting Ida, signaling a desire for goodwill and mutual respect. The Po, with their spiritual focus, influenced this decision, recognizing shared values in Ethiopia's rich cultural and religious traditions. The gifts, carefully chosen to reflect the Taku's craftsmanship and abundance, included fine pottery, preserved grains, and ornamental items forged through their burgeoning metallurgy. This gesture of generosity aimed to establish a foundation of trust and cooperation, setting the tone for potential alliances or cultural exchange. It reflected the Taku's strategic foresight, understanding the benefits of harmony of Ethiopia's stature. All right. Good stuff. That was probably what I'd do. I eventually want to gift somebody, so I didn't want it to keep being like, react neutrally, react neutrally. So shouts out to the GPT. Made a smart decision there. So I'll give some gifts. I got lots of tools. So I'll offer 4 of those. And we got an idle city here, so I got to build something. I think what I'll do for this one is another workshop. And we'll do another logging camp. And now I want to make some adjustments to my national economy, so let's just make sure everything is built up as much as we can get it. Make sure everything has tools where possible. For these ones, we'll put tools wherever there's actual resources to be harvested. Fishing nets. No. Oh, here we go. The Great Hearth, we can add lithic tools. For the logging camps, we'll add lithic tools, lithic tools, lithic tools. And for workshops, we'll add lithic tools. You know, let's make sure our workshops are producing everything we need as well. What am I missing? Am I tripping? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's make sure it's slacking here. Yep, they're both producing. Producing. Okay, cool. Ceramic shop is producing. This one's not. Alright, that should help us a bit. For settlers, let's go ahead and alright. Okay. And we're gonna have to remove trading from here. Let's see what it chooses. Code of laws. What I would have chosen as well. Governance. As the empire expanded with settlements like Kaag and Hanuk, the need for structured rules became apparent to manage disputes, ensure fairness, and maintain order across their diverse factions. Spearheaded by the Deix, who valued hierarchy and control, the Code of Laws established clear guidelines for property rights, trade regulations, and social conduct. This innovation not only reinforced the authority of the empire's leadership, but also fostered a sense of unity and justice among the Taku, laying the foundation for a more stable and enduring civilization. So like that. Ooh. They declined our gift. I was too generous. Alright, well, they're friendly with us, so that's cool. I get to keep my tools, and they're not mad. So, hey, works out.
First contact established with an
Ooh.
unknown people.
So this is the United States. How did I react to that? This would be their third separate nation. So what did the Taku say? Ooh. Okay, here we go. The Taku Empire reacted with slander upon meeting the United States, viewing the US as a brash and overly expansionist power. The Taku leadership, influenced by the Deix's pride in their hierarchy and order, saw the United States' individualistic and ambitious nature as a direct contrast to their own values of unity and structured governance. This reaction, though bold, was a calculated attempt to assert the Taku's cultural superiority and ward against potential encroachment. The slander highlighted the empire's confidence in its traditions and a desire to position itself as a formidable and uncompromising force in the eyes of the wider world. That's bold. That's bold. I'm not usually this pugnacious in a strategy game right off the bat like this, but the Oracle told me to make a decision, so here we go. Oh, this is going to be rough. I think they're going to be pissed. Let's build all those, and we'll add lithic tools. Move on to the next turn. Okay, so we're adversaries now. Where is the United States relevant to me? I actually don't know where they are. This is my nation here, but alright. So that's that. So the US is peaced. Okay. So we still need more resources. I can do stone pit now, so I think I'm going to take the obsidian. Because I want to make sure I actually get access to that obsidian for all of my crafting purposes that would be coming up. Okay, that region is claimed, so let's go ahead and add this to queue. I'm going to queue. There we go. So we got our obsidian going. Let's also... Oh, I don't have a blacksmith yet, but that's definitely something I'm going to want to get. But let's do a trading post as another building. Because there's definitely going to be resources I want to throw into the trade cycles. Got to get that shmoney. Okay, we got an idle city. Still hasn't grown yet, so I can't build any new improvements. Let's go ahead and gather wealth. Do that for 20 turns. Yep, and we'll keep that in reserves. We do not need it yet. We're not at war with the US yet, although that's almost certainly where we're headed. Okay, this guy can take on the hyenas for sure, but then I'm going to have to return him for healing purposes. Nice. Code of Laws is researched. What do they discover next, Oracle? And we can do one more technology, so this will be last one. Ugh, it's going to be rough. What did they discover next? The Taku Empire's next discovery was masonry. a transformative advancement that reflected their growing ambition to create lasting monuments and infrastructure. As their settlements flourished, the need for durable structures to house granaries, temples, and administrative centers became paramount. The Deix, with their focus on hierarchy and legacy, championed this technology, envisioning it as a means to solidify their influence and symbolize the Empire's permanence. Masonry allowed the Taku to construct fortifications, bridges, and public buildings that became centers of civic and spiritual life. These stone structures not only enhanced the Empire's functionality, but also stood as enduring testaments to its ingenuity and unity, further bolstering its identity and power. Alright. Masonry is probably not what I would have originally chosen, but that's okay. That's what we're doing now, so here we go. I guess I can maybe try and get Pyramids of Giza. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll do the +5 wealth. We'll increase that with monarchy, and we'll also get a new city. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick. So, oh, sorry. Did not share the oracle. Make sure that's visible. The adoption of monarchy. So now we're going to see the Taku, who are the ethnic majority, have been in control while it's been a chiefdom. But now with the adoption of monarchy, which faction takes control of the empire from within the 4 different factions? I'm going to guess the Deix, because they're hierarchical as fuck. Yep. With the adoption of a monarchic government, the Deix assumed control of the Taku Empire. Their long-standing focus on hierarchy, wealth, and governance made them the natural leaders during this pivotal transformation. The Deix's organizational acumen and vision for centralized power allowed them to consolidate authority, unifying the empire under a single ruler while maintaining the cooperation of the other factions. The shift marked a new era of stability and ambition for the Taku, as the monarchy, guided by the Deix, began to formalize governance, expand territorial influence, and reinforce the Empire's identity as a powerful and enduring civilization. Good for the Deix, man. That's a come up for them. Alright. What happens next? Ooh, okay, great. So we can stop doing that, and we can build a new settler here. Oh, I don't have enough wealth yet. That's fine. We'll save up. So we'll go back to building wealth. We'll just do it for like 5 turns. And then my next settler will have to come out of that city because it doesn't have any new regions to build in yet. Alright, this guy is pretty much done, so let's go heal him. But we cleared out a bunch of the level 1 predators, which is excellent. Yeah, they still distrust me. That's fine. I need the US to know I ain't no pushover. Okay. So I can assign experts now, so let's go to the national economy and see where we can put one. I'd like to do one of my workshops. Whatever's producing the most. It's definitely who needs the expert to be added to him. Lithic tools in the mine, so let's make sure we're getting that in. This city is idle. Ooh, it can build a settler now, though, so that's definitely what it's going to do. Need to get my 4th city ASAP. This one still hasn't grown, so let's do 10 turns. We have idle units. Oh, nope. No. Fortify until healed. There we go. City tier increased here. Let's replace our amenities. Herbal medicine, decorative vases, baskets. And we have a new expert as well. So let's go back to our national economy and see where we want to add them. Gathering Hall can start producing stuff as well. The Great Hearth can be producing way more than it is. We're also going to assign an expert there as well. And now we'll be producing more wealth, baby! City tier increased over here. Awesome. Let's get these hunting camps set up. Ooh, we can do one more. We'll wait. Put over Mia. Should add something. We'll go ahead and put stables there.
Envoy arrives at your capital representing cities.
Ooh, wow. All right, so we got a new government system right off the bat, which is great because it's going to really up our city cap. So. Oh, sorry, guys. Got the Oracle. Show that. So almost immediately, the Deix monarchy was overthrown. All gained more autonomy. Let's see. What is the Oracle going to tell us? The Taku faction led the change into the era of the Republic, overthrowing the Deix monarchy and establishing a new civic reality grounded in parliamentary processes. As the largest and most culturally influential group, the Taku sought to restore balance and unity by redistributing power among the factions while ensuring their majority influence in the new system. The transition allowed the Po, Kaag, and even the remnants of the Deix to exercise greater autonomy, fostering a more inclusive governance structure. The Taku's leadership in this shift emphasized their values of collective strength and shared destiny, cementing their role as the stabilizing force within the evolving political framework of the Empire. Cool. Taku are back in control, baby. Good for them. Good for them. And let's see. There we go. I definitely want better paragons than what I've been getting. I'm going to do a lower tax rate so I can get these bonuses as well. Makes sense too, Republic. The taxes go down, the monarchy isn't just screwing everybody. There we go. On to ironworking. So this city is idle. It can build some more stuff. Definitely want to get something in that region. And we can do a lot of farming here. It looks like there's... Yeah, so we'll set up farms here, and then in this one we'll set up granary, because I haven't set one up yet. So that'll be the breadbasket, excuse me, district. And we got a specialist, so... let's head in towards the desert now. Let's go settle right over there. I think that'll work. We got idle units. Okay, yeah. So now I need to go start clearing out some of these tougher predators. So we'll start with those cougars up there. Distrusted, disliked. Alright, that's fine. Seems like we're going generally in the direction I would like to go. Friendly to neutral with Belgium, that's fine. Okay. Where do we want to settle them boys? I do want to be in the coast. So let's settle it. God, this is a bad tile. This desert is going to be a rough settlement. Let's settle here. Can I get a double rating on any of this? Okay. So it wants me to settle here, actually. We'll settle right there. Okay, so we have our new city. Let's go ahead and enter this into our oracle and see the story behind this new city. I think I spelled Sahara wrong. Yeah, there we go. Just didn't capitalize correctly. So this is Deix Sands. What happened? Deix Sands, founded by the remnants of the Deix nobility, is a city of stark contrasts and refined resilience, shaped by the harsh beauty of its coastal Sahara surroundings. The society thrives on resourcefulness, blending the Deix's affinity for wealth and hierarchy with the practical demands of desert living. Grand sandstone palaces adorned with intricate carvings rise from the dunes, reflecting the enduring pride of the Deix nobility, while the bustling marketplaces hum with the trade of rare goods such as salt, spices, and exotic textiles. Water, the lifeblood of the Deix Sands, is revered and meticulously managed through ingenious aqueducts and wells. Despite the arid climate, the city exudes opulence and cultural refinement, with its residents donning fine desert silks and hosting elaborate feasts to honor their heritage. Deix Sands serves as a hub of commerce and diplomacy, a testament to the Deix's ability to adapt and preserve their identity while remaining integral to the Taku Empire. Alright, so it worked out for them, shit. And I gotta decide what we're gonna build here first. So let's get that settled up here. So we should probably have dwellings. Stone pit might not hurt, but it's not ideal, so we'll do dwellings here, and then I'll clear off these predators so I can get access to the bison herd that's living there. This crafter is idle. Yep, you get to work. Ooh, we got a paragon available. Back to our oracle. There we go. So we have Ji Kong, musician, Galen the scientist, next paragon to rise in the Taku Empire. And from which faction did they hail? The next paragon to rise in the Taku Empire was Galen the Scientist. Yes! Hailing from the Po faction. The Po, with their deep spiritual connection and evolving role in Taku society, embraced Galen's dedication to understanding the natural world as a means of honoring the divine order. Galen's groundbreaking work in medicine and herbalism built upon the Po's rich tradition of healing, blending empirical observation with spiritual reverence. His contributions not only advanced the Empire's scientific knowledge, but also reinforced the Po's influence as caretakers of both body and soul, bridging the realms of science and faith in the Taku Empire. That works out. And that's excellent because that is exactly who I would have chosen. Thank God. Alright, so we're going to make him our domestic advisor so I can get all of this extra research. Okay. And this guy, he's not tough enough yet to take out the lions, but we'll move him over there to heal, and then we can get rid of those lions.
Your advisors inform you that the stars are telling them a great solar eclipse is in motion. Shortly after learning this, a messenger...
Gotta go it alone, sorry. Don't have a choice. It's a shame. Damn shame. Keep gathering wealth here. There we go. And then Takunaya. I want to get another settler. Do I have enough? No! Need more materials. Not producing enough out here. So I'm neutral with Ethiopia now. That's a bummer. Not exactly ideal. Go to our national economy. Make sure everything's running smoothly here. We got enough baskets to fill this place out, so we'll upgrade that. They're creating fine. They're creating fine. Farms are doing good. I have extra plows, so I guess I'll use them. Typically, when it's a regular producing farm like this, I try not to give them any tools, just because I want to save those tools for the better improvements, but we got them to spare, so we'll do it this time. Make sure these are all... Go back to our national economy. Make sure these are all producing. 1, 2, 3 resources, 1, 2, 3 resources, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Our Great Hearth, it's also producing fine. No worries there. We can add lithic tools to our logging camps. Stone Pit, it's producing. Trading Post, it's producing. And the workshops, ooh, almost producing. It's missing something. Yep, baskets needed. And that one's producing as well. Great.
You are the first nation to reach the
All right.
Iron Age.
And now we've reached a new age. That's where I'm going to call the stream, guys, but I'll definitely be back. I thought this was fun. I like having the Oracle sort of guide the story for me. So I'll definitely be back with some more of this probably later this evening. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. I really appreciate you. You can catch me on YouTube streaming or Twitch, whichever platform you prefer. I also post game clips on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts. Thanks, everybody. Love you, love you. Take care. Flippin' Biscuits is bouncing out. Bye-bye.